Hello everyone. Today let's review the shlokas 22 and 23 from Lalita Sahasranamam. Sumeru Madhya Shringasta Srimannagaranayika Chintamani-Grihantasta Pancha-Brahmasanastita Mahapadmatavi Samsta Kadamba-Vanavasini Sudasagara-Madhyasta Kamakshi Kamadayini. So let's take a look at the meanings. And these two shlokas actually describe the place where Lalita resides. So far, up to the shloka 21, we looked at Lalita's physical form, how she looks. Now we are going to talk about where she lives. Sumeru Madhya Shringasta. Sumeru is the Meru mountain, Mount Meru. That is supposed to be the place where all the gods reside. So Sumeru, Madhya Shringasta. Shringa means peak, the peak of the mountain. Madhya Shringa, in the middle peak of Mount Meru. So Mount Meru is supposed to have 4 peaks, and the 3 peaks are the Brahmaloka, Vishnaloka and Shivaloka. And in the middle peak, which is supposed to be the tallest, that's where Lalita resides. So Sumeru Madhya Shringasta, in the middle peak of Mount Meru. Srimannagara Nayika. There is a city called Srinagara. Srimannagara is the city. Srinagara is the city from where Lalita rules the universe. Nayika means leader. So she is the leader of that city, or she is the queen of that city. So in the middle of Mount Meru, there is a city called Srinagara. That's where she lives. Where does she exactly live? Chintamani Grihantasta. Griham generally means house. If Lalita lives in that, that's a big palace, and we'll see how her palace is built. So Chintamani Grihantasta. She lives in a palace that's made of the Chintamani stones. Chintamani is a wish-fulfilling gem. So her palace is built with wish-fulfilling gems. Pancha Brahmasanastita. So now we know in where exactly in the Mount Meru, in a city called Srinagara, inside a palace that's made of wish-fulfilling gems, she has a throne there. Asanam, Pancha Brahmasanastita. Asanam means seat. And because she is the queen, her seat is called the throne. Pancha Brahmasanastita. Her seat is made of Pancha Brahmas. So the Pancha Brahmas, if you see, they are Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, Ishana and Sadasiva. So Brahma is the creator, Vishnu is the protector or sustainer, Rudra is the destroyer, Ishana is the concealer, and Sadashiva is the revealer. He gives the anugraham. So we saw that there was always gods are responsible for 5 major things, which is creation, sustenance, destruction of evil, and then Tirodhanam, which is concealing and revealing, that is the Maya, and finally Anugraham. So Sadashiva is the Anugraha. So the Asanam, the 4 legs are Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra and Ishana. They are the 4 legs, and Sadashiva is the seat. So she is sitting on a throne that is made of the Pancha Brahmas. Mahapadmatavi Samstha. Atavi means forest. Padma is lotus. Mahapadmatavi Samstha, which means her palace is in the middle of a lotus forest. And this Mahapadmatavi is also having relevance to the Kundalini. The Sahasrara is considered to be a 1000-petal lotus, and Mahapadmatavi also refers to that. So her palace is in the middle of a big lotus forest. Kadamba Vanavasini. Now that lotus forest is in the middle of a forest full of Kadamba trees. So Vanam means forest, Vanavasini, so she is in the middle of the Kadamba trees. Sudasagara Madhyastha. So this entire city called Srinagara is on an island. And that island is in the middle of a ocean of nectar called Sudha. So Sudha means ocean of nectar. And it's also said that when the Kundalini raises from the base of the spine and hits all the way up to the Sahasrara, there is a nectar on the top that flows down, and it's supposed to go through the throat, and that brings the enlightenment. So the energy, when it raises, there is a nectar that flows down our body. So Sudhasagara is also reference to that Kundalini energy. So from this shloka, what we understand is Lalita lives in the middle peak of Mount Meru in a city called Srinagara, in a palace that's built with wish-fulfilling gems, and she sits on a throne that has 5 Brahmas, which we saw, Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, Ishana and Sadashiva. And her palace is in the middle of a big lotus forest, which is in the middle of a Kadamba forest, and the entire city is an island, and it is in the middle of the ocean of nectar called Sudha. Kamakshi Kamadayini. So Kamakshi means, Akshi means eyes. So Kamakshi means eyes with desire. Kama generally translates to desire, but actually if you see in this, Ka refers to Saraswati, and Saraswati implies knowledge and wisdom. Ma refers to Mahalakshmi, and that reference is wealth and well-being. So Kamakshi here means her one eye is knowledge and wisdom, and other eye is wealth and well-being. So Lalita is capable of granting both of those. Kamadayini. Kama in this case is desire. Kamadayini means she grants all our desires. If we are someone who wants wisdom, then she will take us on that path. If we are looking for wealth and well-being in this world, then that is also possible. So she grants whatever our desires are. So that's what this means. A little bit about the chambers in Lalita's palace. So Lalita's palace, as we said, is in the Srinagara. But if you see, before you can get to her palace, there are actually 7 chambers. And this entire this chambers, just Mount Meru itself is several yojanas, but just the place where her palace is built is also several thousand yojanas. And a yojana roughly translates to about 8 mile or 8 miles or 9 miles. And if you see in these chambers, just the doorway is about a mile long. That's how big they are. And then the chambers themselves are really, really expansive spaces. And it's said that there are 7 chambers before you can get to the palace of Lalita. And the first chamber is built with iron. And if you see, all these chambers are squares. And just like a typical temple, they have 4 doorways, and in each of those doorways there are tall gopuras that are built, and they're all filled with every possible gem that you can think of. So the first chamber, the square, is iron, and then the next square is built with bronze. So between the iron layer or the wall and the bronze wall, it's filled with trees. Every tree that you can ever think of that exists in this universe is in that chamber. The next one, after iron, after bronze, then there is brass. There is a brass chamber. And all these chambers are similar. They're all squares. They all have those 4 gateways, and they have gopurams in there. And between the bronze and brass layer, it's filled with Kalpavatika. Kalpavatika means wish-fulfilling tree. So if you sit under that, it gives you whatever you want. So it is filled with Kalpavatika. After the brass, there is a chamber with tin. And between the brass and tin, it's filled with all types of fruits and flowers. Whatever you can think of that exists in the world, that exists there. After the tin chamber is a chamber that's built with 5 metals. So Panchavulokam. So between the tin layer and the 5 metals layer, it is filled with Mandara trees. Then after the 5 metals, there is a chamber that is built with silver. And between the 5 metals and silver, it's filled with Parijata trees. and then after the silver chamber is a gold chamber. So it's built with gold, and between the silver and gold, it's filled with kadamba trees. That's why she's called Kadamba Vanavasini. So her palace is in the midst of that Kadamba trees, and then we said there is a forest of lotuses, and that's where, in the middle of that, is where her palace is. So the Kadamba trees is supposed to be really, really fragrant, and out of that comes a wine called Kadambari, which is supposed to be making people really happy. So there is free flowing wine in that Kadamba trees. And between the silver and gold, that chamber, the place there, that's where Mantrini and Dandanatha live. They both have their own residence, and they both live outside that gold chamber. And then Lalita's house or palace is in the midst of the gold chamber. That's all for today. Thank you.